What's up, you guys? Chelly, the Forex TradeHER here, having on the her in the male dominant industry. Okay, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'm having an amazing day. It is 8 a.m. for me right now on a Monday, and I'm up and ready to go. We're gonna go over price action and combining it with the trading sessions, you guys, which is super important. It's not that hard to understand how sessions work. I was asked to do this video on how to combine supply and demand with the trading sessions. So I do have GBP USD pulled up right now. I actually already had this chart marked. I'm going to delete it. We're going to start all over. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do your supply and demand zones on any time frame and combine it with your trading sessions. And if you don't know what trading sessions are literally, there's like 3 or 4 sessions. I don't know the exact number, y'all, don't kill me. I know what sessions I trade, and I'm going to show you exactly how to go about that and how you can not stress about it. But ideally, sessions are literally those times in the market where the market moves a bit more than another time in the market. And ideally, the best way to go about sessions is to trade the sessions that overlap, because the sessions that overlap provide you an insane amount of volatility for specific pairs. So I am going to pull up my time zone converter. It's this website called Forex.TimeZoneConverter. And what they do is they give you all the different sessions and the time of those sessions for your specific time zone. So I will leave this link in the description. It's a free website. You don't need an account or anything. You just go to their website and ultimately they will give you the different time zones. So right now I am on America, New York time. I'm in Michigan. If you need to change it for whatever time zone, you just click and you'll go through and change it to the time zone that you need. And then these are the different sessions. This very, very first session, I've never learned about this session, you guys. I'm not ashamed to say that. I've never really focused on this session. I only have knowledge on these 4, which is why I say it's only 4 sessions, 4 different, market centers that you need to focus on. London, New York, Sydney, and Tokyo are the most common sessions that you will hear about from whether it's different traders or just when you are doing your studies. I've never really heard about this one, honestly. The most I will say is I normally trade London and New York. I usually try to enter my trades right at anytime between 8 a.m. and before 11 a.m. because that is the overlap. And once 11 a.m. hits, it will then be no longer a overlapping and it will not be as volatile. So I normally try to enter my trades anytime between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. because your girl, first of all, I'm not getting up at 3 a.m. for London session. Shout out to all the traders that be killing it during London session. I be asleep. I literally used to be a trader that would literally trade 3 a.m., 4:30 a.m., insane hours, but yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's not me. I like to sleep. I need my 8 hours because I wake up at 5:30 a.m. and I'm usually on my laptop by 7 a.m. So yeah, as long as you're getting in during these overlappings, you'll be just fine. If you cannot get in during London and New York, your next best bet would be Sydney and Tokyo. These overlap at 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. So if you're getting off work at like 5 or whatever, just know that you have Sydney and Tokyo for your next best option because those overlap at 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. And of course, this is Eastern Standard Time. So just remember to set this for your specific time zone. Now, let me show you how you're going to tie this into actually trading. So I already took a picture of this. I'm not taking this GBP USD trade. It is a good setup and it probably will play out but I'm actually waiting on NZD/USD. I just wanted to use this for an example. So, because I don't like deleting my charts for real, unless I absolutely have to. Like, it's okay to take pictures, but I personally like to have my charts just marked up how, it needs to be marked up. Also, if you guys hear an alert going off, like if you see an alert pop up, it's because I'm waiting for my trade. I'm trying to take my trade, hopefully, between between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. So I have my alert set for NZD/USD so I don't miss my entry. There are some traders that literally are on the charts all day, every day, 25/8. I am not one of those traders. I used to be one of those traders, but now I utilize alerts, and now that's why I'm making this video, because I have my alert set so I won't miss out on anything. So yeah, moving along. How to do supply and demand with keeping in mind your sessions. You can do supply and demand on any time frame, you guys. And I'm sorry if I'm clearing my throat. I'm still congested. I had a cold for the past couple of days, and I mean, I'm good now, but I still have mucus. So if I'm clearing my throat, I'm sorry, y'all. But anyways, you can do your supply and demand zones on any time frame. I am going to actually focus on, what time frame do I want to do? Normally, my style of trading is intraday trading, intraday or day trading, which means intraday traders usually are out of their trades within a few hours. Day traders usually close their trades before the day is over. Some day traders do hold their trade for at least one night. It just depends. I don't really hold my trades longer than a day. I used to swing trade. I still do swing trade. I just haven't taken a swing trade in like a couple months. So yeah, I have like two styles of trading, I guess you could say. But I'm gonna go to the 4-hour time frame. I'm gonna reset my chart just to make sure it's in the view I need it to be so we can see stuff. Not gonna focus too much on indicators, might touch on them a little bit, but I did just make a video covering these indicators, so feel free to go back and watch that video. I can leave it in the description as well, so you'll have easy access to it, but it was just posted recently, so it is not gonna be hard for you to find. I only have like 11 videos or something, so you shouldn't have a hard time finding it. But moving along, so first things first with price action. The first thing for my note takers, because note takers are money makers, so y'all better be out here taking notes. First things first, find your zones, relevant. Oh Lord, I can't type today. Lord, relevant to current price. So first things first, you want to find your zones that are relevant to where price is currently at. Hence why I say you can do this on every time frame. You just have to make sure your zones are relevant to where price is currently at for those specific time frames. And then your second thing will be, and this is literally the same thing you would do with like any approach to the market. But the second thing is, once you have your zones relevant to current price, you then want to look for setups that are going with what's happening in the now. So if price is in between your zones that are relevant to current price, you probably missed a setup. So what I will say is confirm that price is at or near those zones upon entering or looking for setups. I'm not going to type that part. Upon entering or, looking for setups. And then after that, the next thing will be to check Forex time zone converter to see what sessions are going on. So it's really that simple, y'all. It's not that complex. Let me make this just a smidge bigger. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this like right here because it's like a nice open spot for y'all to pause it, screenshot it, write it down, do what you gotta do. Now we're going to go through these. So we're going to find our relevant zones, our zones relevant to current price. As you can see, this is an open market. Today is Monday, first day of the week. I don't trade on Sunday, so I consider Monday like the first day. So price is this black faint line, you guys, and I'm literally going to put a zone smack dab right there. Reason is we can see that there's some pullbacks that took place here. There's some strong candles that took place. This is the first little area where, you know, price pushed up. So that's where I'm going to put my first zone. And we will confirm these zones upon actually, you know, looking for setups and stuff, just to make sure that this is a good level to place that. Now, this will be a potential demand zone to you guys. Now, of course, and I said this in a previous video covering zones, I just had a brain fart, y'all. What I will say is your zones can always turn into one another. So yes, this is a possible demand zone, but we can see that the overall trend is down. So this zone might in fact be broken, and you know, it could turn into a supply zone. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my next zone relevant to where price is currently at. You could put it right here, or you could put it right here. I'm going to go with this one because I try to keep my zones somewhat far, not far apart, but at least 100 pips or so. And this depends on the currency pair. From experience, I know that most GBP pairs, so like GBP JPY, GBP USD, GBP AUD, most pairs attached to the pound average at least 100 pips or so. And I'm gonna actually take this ruler right here, this measuring tool, just to see how far apart I place these. So these are actually, this is actually 400 some pips apart. -454. So that's actually more than 100 pips. And just because it did it at this point, I do believe that this is okay for these zones. Now that I have my zones that are relevant to current price, my first thing would be when you are looking for a setup, you want to make sure price is at or near your zone. Right now, price is near our zone still. This is what I would call a conservative entry. And what that means is basically you didn't get your entry at your zone and you got it a little bit above it. So it's a conservative entry. It's not too late. You know, you got in basically at the, what I would call the last chance. Some traders even get their entries as high as up here. So like just a little bit higher, but I wouldn't go past that point. I try to get my entries at my zone. That's just my strategy, my preference. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to, like I said, I want to confirm these zones just to make sure, you know, this is a good area for this zone to be. Excuse me. Sometimes you won't be able to see those, the answer to that question on this specific time frame, because as you can see, I zoomed it out and now we can't even see our zones because they're all the way down here. So in those moments, I usually go up to the higher time frames because the higher time frames allow you to see from a bird's view is what I would say. And it's a part of like top-down analysis. So first, I'm going to reset this. And then I'm going to zoom in just a touch. So we know we have a zone right here, and we know we have our zone right here. I'm going to go back and zoom this out just a little bit because I can't see. You sometimes have to play with these just to see what's going on. So now we can see, so here's a point in time where this zone was respected and price bought there. So this is probably a good zone. The best thing to do is, one, look for your trigger candles. So wait for your candles to form that let you know that it's going to buy. And then you can see up here that price did sell at a point. It sold there, sold and retested here. And then of course, at this point, it broke through. So these zones are good exactly where they are. And you do not need to set any more zones, you guys. Most traders get confused when they have a bunch of zones. There are some traders, because I have students that literally will mark every single zone, and that's just what works for them. Me personally, I try to keep my charts clean. I try to keep the only zones that I need on there, which is usually 2 to 3 zones at the most. The only reason why I would put a third zone is if I thought that this thing was going to continue to sell. Like, let's just say a seller's candle formed here and it was a strong seller's candle. And now I'm thinking like, okay, this thing might sell. Then at that point, I would draw another zone somewhere down here. I would probably just space them apart equally. That's usually how I go about it. And then of course, like how I just confirmed this zone to make sure that, you know, price respected it, I would have done the same thing for the zone down here to make sure that that zone is in a spot that it needs to be, that I know will get hit when I set my target price. So to sum this up, you guys, setting your zones and tying it into your sessions is not that difficult. The most important thing you can do, once you have your zones marked and now you're thinking about taking your trade, right now it's 8:24 a.m. for me. So what I would do is I would literally go, and I don't do this anymore, but because I understand I trade the same time every single day. Like, and if I do, like, let's just say I miss the 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. hours, then at that point, I'm either waiting for the Sydney and Tokyo session, which I understand is after 5 p.m. off the bat, because I don't enter at 5 p.m. because that's when there's no markets open and the swap charges take place. And I try to avoid swap charges as much as possible because, you know, you're already paying for your spreads. And then, you know, you're already paying the money per lot size, all those different fees that the broker get. So at that point, I try to avoid any more charges and I try to get the best entries as possible. So what I will say is, you guys, just check the time. So like right now, like I said, it's 8:25. Go to the Forex time zone converter and then see what sessions are open. And like I said, it's always best to have 2 sessions open at the same time, because then, you know, you're getting more momentum in the market, more volatility, more liquidation, higher movements to sum that up. And yeah, that's really it. It's not that hard. Just have this out, put it in your favorites bar, you know, bookmark it, so you'll have easy access to it. And then, you know, you'll understand what time you're getting into the market. And then just combine it with your supply and demand zones. And like I said, if you mark your zones and you see that, you know, price is already taken off and you don't want to get that entry, then keep that in mind. You know, you don't have to take every setup. And if you can't get the best entry, it's just like, just wait it out, wait for the next trade. It's always an opportunity. You just have to wait for it. So I hope this was a helpful video, you guys. And I hope you can take this knowledge and apply it to your strategy and apply it to the pairs that you do. You literally can mark your zones the same way I did on any pair. Just make sure you stay relevant to current price. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you heard me mention something that you wanted me to make a video on, let me know. I will make the video for you. And yeah, I hope you guys have a profitable week. If you see this video before 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me on Instagram to actually go over the market and see what setups are happening this week. So I will see you in the next video. Like this video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe.